Hello, adventurers! There are certain games that lingers in the memory like dreams, not because of their visuals or marketing, but because of the worlds they create, worlds that seems to live and breathe, waiting patiently for you to return. Might and Magic 3 Isles of Terra, released in 1991 by New World Computing, is one of such worlds. It stands at a unique crossroads in the gaming history, a bridge between the early, harsh dungeon crawlers of the 1980s and rich, open-ended RPGs that would define the decades to come. The early Might and Magic games were already ambitious within deep lore and vast exploration into limitations of their time, but Isles of Terra was something entirely else. It was colorful, it was grand, it was generous both in scale and imagination. Might and Magic 3 wasn't just another adventure, it was a rite of passage, a journey into the world that felt impossibly large, yet personal, mysterious, and alive. So today we set sail once again for the Isles of Terra, exploring its story, its gameplay, its labyrinths, and its legacy, and remembering what it meant to wander through a world made entirely of wonder. By the way, Isles of Terra has been on my must playlist for a long time, but I recently asked one of my subscribers what his favorite game in the series was, and he said Might and Magic 3, and now I understand why. Thank you, friend, for pushing me on this unforgettable adventure. The Isles of Terra are a sprawling archipelago scattered across the seas of a strange world. Each island its own domain, some ruled by kings, others by monsters, others still left in ruins by time. There is no single empire, no all-knowing God guiding your hand. You begin, as all great adventurers do, with a small party of wanderers, drawn together by fate and curiosity. But of course, it's not that simple. You actually will be accompanied by Korak the Mysterious, whose existence can only be learned by knowing the plot of the first parts or by reading the manual. And yep, if you click V button, Korak will share his thoughts about the location you're currently in. Korak got a powerful enemy, a wizard named Sheltem, whose goal is very simple. He just wants to destroy the Isles of Terra and punish the Ancient for creating the worlds, which he sees as a failed experiment. Your goal is to help Korak stop him. I won't spoil the ending of the game, but we will see our heroes again in the Might and Magic 7 for Blood and Honor. And yes, it is our heroes who emerge from the water after unsuccessful spaceship landing in the diving suits in the opening cutscene.
The sea people began to quarrel when one group turned abruptly and started walking away down the beach. The remaining started walking the other way. In the morning, we found that one of them had shed its skin on the beach. Their tracks had washed away in the tide, so we decided to return to base and report.
Let's go back to Might and Magic 3. At first glance, the plot feels simple. Travel, explore, uncover secrets, defeat evil. But beneath this familiar fantasy framework lies something deeper, something quietly revolutionary for its time. Like all Might and Magic games, Isles of Terra hides a science fiction heart. The world of Terra is not just a land of dragons and sorcery, it's a fragment of a larger universe, shaped by an ancient beings known as Ancients. As you play, small clues begin to surface, metallic ruins buried beneath the castles, cryptic machines that hums with forgotten power, and artifacts that deny the logic of magic. Hologram sequencing code 001. What is it? Use the password sublevel to enter the beta engine sector. Engine? What is it? You begin in a tavern buying swords and spells, and you end standing before a cosmic truth that redefines everything you've seen. In fact, Tiles of Terra don't rush to reveal its secrets. It lets you earn them piece by piece, scroll by scroll, dungeon by dungeon. The story unfolds like a journey across a vast, old map where every discovery feels personal and every legend whisper of something beyond comprehension. Now let's quickly talk about character creation. Before your adventure begins, you need to create a party consisting from 6 characters. There will be plenty of different races and classes. I don't want to focus your attention around them, but you need to know each class feels different, distant, not just in numbers but in spirit. The balance between them is delicate, and finding the right composition for your party is half of the fun. And here I want to focus your attention on one very interesting feature that for some reason I don't see in modern games at all. You roll your dice, get your stats, and you can change them. Not the numbers themselves, but position of numbers. My warrior definitely don't need 20 in intellect, so I just take 20 and put it in might. That's so convenient, and probably will save you a few hours if you want to get a perfect stats. And a little advice for me, you will need all 3 kinds of magic: cleric, sorcerer, and probably druid or ranger, cause they possess nature magic, with very useful and unique spells like walk on water. Believe me, it will make your life much, much easier. The game gives you no introduction, no cinematic prologues, just a blank world and party of heroes ready to write their own saga. You're not a chosen one. You're not told who you must be. You simply exist, and from the first steps, this world belongs to you. It's time to talk about the gameplay. Might and Magic 3 uses a first-person grid-based exploration system, a hallmark of classic RPGs. You move square by square through towns, dungeons, and wilderness, watching the world unfold tile by tile before your eyes. Yet unlike the previous parts, Isles of Terra feels fluid and vibrant. The environments are richly colored, the interface is clean and intuitive, and the pace of exploration is brisk. Every step carries possibility: a hidden chest behind the mountain, a strange statue in the forest, a voice whispering from a cave wall. The game rewards curiosity endlessly, and to be frank, most of the hints you're gonna find just written on the walls. You might wander off the main road and stumble upon a powerful shrine that permanently increase your attributes. You might find a fountain that bless your entire party, or poison them. You might meet a Tolkien NPC deep in the wilderness who gives you a riddle that takes hours to solve. Deep in the swamps I found Princess Strawberry, and she's suffering from loveless curse. Somehow you need to give her some love. And you're gonna do it in the most weird way possible. You need to travel far, far away, find the nymph, and that nymph make all your male characters fall in love with her. Then travel back to the princess, and somehow princess will absorb their love. In total, she need to absorb love from 10 men. That's what I call a true epic quest. By the way, it's the first game in the series where you actually got a quest journal and minimap. It's so convenient. But remember, to summon minimap, you need to cast a Wizard's Eye spell. And you just need to know that it is always better to heal and especially resurrect your characters at the temples. Because if you're gonna do it with the spell, you're gonna lose 1 endurance point. Depending on the spell you use, your caster is also risking to lose 5 years of his lifetime. Of course, you can get those years back if somehow you manage to find the Fountain of Youth. Once you understand all mechanics and take a couple of quests, nothing will be able to take you away from the computer. Oh, this game is so addictive. Combat is turn-based, but fast. When enemies appear, the screen fills with their grotesque faces. Goblins, skeletons, trolls, dragons, creatures that I don't even know how to call. All drawn in bold comic book style that makes every battle feels like an encounter from fantasy novel. Your party acts one by one, attack, cast spell, defend, use item, or flee. It's simple in structure but endlessly tactical in execution. Knowing when to unleash a powerful spell or conserve your mana could mean the difference between victory and annihilation. And death in Isles of Terra is never far away. The game is challenging, especially at the start, but never unfair. And I almost forgot to tell you about the skills. Yes, your characters will be able to learn by themselves some skills, and those skills will give you great advantages. For example, if two of your characters will learn Pathfinder, they will be able to move through the dense forest. The same goes to mountains. In my opinion, those additional skills add a lot to the gameplay. Despite the fact that the game itself is heavily grindy, monsters do not respawn in dungeons. On the surface, you need to find the monster lair first and destroy it. After that, finish the remaining monsters. And that's it. From now, this region will be safe. And let me present you my favorite monster. It's a dinosaur that walks backwards, trying to impress our heroes not with his powerful jaw, but with his excellent butt. How do you like it? I really need to admit he managed to impress me. I was laughing so hard. And let's talk about exploration a little. Perhaps the greatest strength of Might and Magic 3 is its freedom. From the moment you begin your adventure, the world is open. You can sail to a distant island, wander into areas far beyond your level, or dive into dungeons that promise death and treasure in equal measure. Each region feels unique: deserts of burning sand, forests of emerald green, icy mountains where the wind howls like ghosts. Every corner hides secrets, messages carved on the wall, puzzles that require real note-taking, riddles that reference forgotten lore. In the age before quest markers and mini-maps, exploration had weight. Players kept journals, drew maps by hand, and marked dungeon places to return later. There was quite satisfaction in charting your own path, not because the game told you to, but because you wanted to know what lies beyond the next hill. That spirit of curiosity is what defines Isles of Terra. It transforms simple mechanics into something almost meditative, a rhythm of walking, fighting, looting. All of this will immerse you deeper and deeper with every step. The dungeons of Might and Magic 3 deserve their own legend. Judging on modern standards, they're not very vast, but they got everything that good dungeon must have. Traps, witches, teleporters, and riddles. Some feels like tombs, dark, claustrophobic, echoes with unseen creatures. Others are bizarre and surreal, mixing fantasy ruins with high-tech corridors left behind by ancient beings. Each dungeon is a puzzle in itself. You must map it out, observe patterns, decipher messages written in stone or walls. Sometimes progression is blocked by riddles that require a lot of thinking, or enemies that demand strategy rather than brute force. And always there is a feeling, the blend of tension and wonder, as you push deeper into unknown. Torchlight flicker and your party growing weaker, and yet you're unable to turn back. When you finally emerge blinking into sunlight, carrying new treasures and scars alike, it feels earned. You didn't just finish a dungeon, you survived it. In the mid-game, as your party grows stronger, the worlds begin to open even further. You learn to travel between islands, find hidden teleporters, and uncover the true nature of the quests that tie the world together. What began as a scattered collection of adventures slowly coalesces into a grander purpose, a battle not just for survival, but for understanding. The artifacts you collect, the prophecies you read, the cryptic names whispered by NPCs, all led to a dawning realization that the world of Terra is a construct, a fragment in a vast chain of worlds created by beings beyond mortal comprehension. The serious, iconic blend of fantasy and science fiction finally blossoms here, and yet these revelations never cheapens the fantasy. Instead, it depends on it. It reminds that magic and technology are just two languages for the same thing, wonder. To beat the game, you need to find 11 orbs of unlimited power. By the way, the game world hides 31, so you will definitely find 11. You also need to find 6 hologram sequencing cards. And finally, you need to bring those orbs to a king you're gonna choose. There will be a good, evil, and natural one. In exchange, the king will give you a key to a burning island in the middle. That's where you're gonna encounter the main villain, and that's where you're gonna end your adventure setting foundation for Might and Magic 4 Clouds of Xen and 5 Dark Side of Xen. But that will be a completely different story. For now, thank you, friend, for watching. I really hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in my next one, so don't be late.